All right, Mississauga, who they sending up? C. Put your hands together for Knowledge Gonzalez.
I want a will that God himself couldn't break. I want to breathe poetry. I want to laugh until I pee and cry in a corner while I'm holding my knees. I want my best friend to stab me in the back so I can better understand how to forgive someone. I want to witness the most beautiful thing and gaze upon it and almost cry, so I finally have something worth comparing to when I try to explain to the woman that I love just how fucking gorgeous she is. I want to live my life like a supernova in the sky, so when I die, I deteriorate into shooting stars for our children to wish upon. I want to dress so outrageous, so ostentatious, that Don Cherry looks for my phone number to call me on the phone and ask me where the fuck I buy my clothes. I want to witness the most drastic, the most tragic things and get to a point where I debate suicide. Then I want to overcome it. So I know that not only good things come to an end, but so do the darkest days in a man's life. I want to live in poverty. I want to breathe poetry. I want to laugh until I pee and cry in a corner while I'm holding my knees. And then I can call myself a man.
And Calgary, who are you sending up? A. That is Erin Dingle.
There are some things that I know I shouldn't do, but I simply can't help myself. See, it starts with the smell, the drift of dough rising past my resistance, rice crackers crumbling in my purse, kale chips chafing where flour flows freely, and I know it's over-processed, over-refined, defined as junk, as empty carbs, luring me with intoxicating baked beauty bouquet, but damn it, I love you, gluten. I love your crackle crusts and your flavor feather center, flaking off like tasty culinary lead paint, coating my arteries with yeasty love. I feel faint for butter-soaked phyllo bed sheets, fruit marble danishes dusted with sugar kisses, the coil of amber croissant caressing my careless calories. You seize me like a triffid gluten, smooth, stuffed, and hell-bent on preserving my round wheat belly. I can barely contain myself. When I see cinnamon scones at Cobb's, it can prompt an ill-bred binge that ends with ravaged paper bag, glazed eyes, crumbs on the floor and ground into the table, and, well, I should know better. White flour, like many white things, has a terrible reputation. It will blast my blood sugars higher than lemon bread in less time than a glass of juice. It is laden with bowel-irritating lectins, mineral-binding phytates. I have been told the gliadin protein gave me type 1 diabetes, that it makes my gut inflamed and leaky, that it gave me cancer, and likely gives me heart disease, that it strips me of vitamin C or D so I can get low-grade rickets or scurvy. Yet, wry retorts seem powerless against this western pestilence. See, the Pillsbury Doughboy is our baker big brother, our maitre d' of drug use, offering complimentary dinner rolls on the operating table. Because there is a reason for this hard loaf hold. There are psychoactive opioid peptides living inside bagels, buns, baguettes, and muffins. Yes, that's right. Gluten is nutritional morphine. Opium as a side dish. So I'm in the company of great minds. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, John Keats, Charles Dickens, they were all hooked on the poppy pipe while I am hooked on bear claws with poppy seeds. See, I don't just love gluten. I crave it. I need it. It seems compulsory. No palatial paleo feast will take its place with me, and I hope I don't start robbing bakeries to get my fix. And I pray that the wheat at least stays ergot free. I mean, I want opium, not LSD. Still, I remain the heroine with a dirty dietary heroin habit, so if you see me outside a cafe, hair wild, shades on, chocolate chip cookie clenched and trembling fingers, just call Betty Crocker. She's my sponsor.
Urban Legends, who are you sending up? Is that a C? Urban Legends is sending up Apollo the Child!
She soared! My God, did she fly! Air under her arms, you should have seen her! On the edge and over the ledge, escaping a cage she knew wouldn't free her. Believe her, that's all she ever wanted. A leader that'll never find her calling. The situation is dawning. If you'd only seen her, that she wouldn't be falling. Tall and lanky, far from empty, or the big old heart that was sorta campy, sore from ranting, constantly picked on for her smarts and height until she was more than antsy, gawking, awkward, ate lunch out her locker, surrounded by a roster of monsters. We lost her. Can you believe we lost her? Sorrow's tide came along and washed her. We lost her to the imposter monster, sucking the venom off their own fangs. It's so strange how some can parade others along with no shame, and how getting involved ain't our forte. Yes, it's profane. How some can string others along with no shame and force them to hold pain. But no, I'm no saint. See, I never picked on her, but I may be guilty of much worse. See, I used to show her kindness, but would run the other way like a thief with a stolen purse, like she wasn't worth it. Like it had more of a purpose. If you'd only heard this, I'm sorry, you were worth it, only I was worthless. Close the curtains, there ain't nothing a closed door won't hide. Smiling like it's all fine, it's sad when it's all died. Obsessed with Facebook, yet we never noticed the profile. Staying with pains and pangs of shame, like if we ignored it, everything will be okay. How we broke her balls like croquet, all the while jabbing needles in her like crochet. She didn't jump so much as we pushed her, let her by the arm, head spinning like a twister. God kissed her, then we collectively changed her. That's the time we missed her. Sycophantic. See, I'm sick and frantic, quick to panic, cause I've been there too. The curse of my mind let me flare with knives and the serpent and hides. Yes, I've been there too. See, what goes up must come back down, but what's down can't come back up. Funny how gravity works. King of rock bottom, see, insanity hurts, but sanity's worse. Watching as the fallacy bursts. There was no way for me to write this without sounding preachy. And I'm beyond cheesy, but when I came close to the edge, I felt like you were there to reach me, there to teach me, like, boy, get off it. It ain't your time for coffins. The rock and hard place will soften. So regain your confidence. It ain't fair you lost it, but I'm so exhausted. Succumb to the same issue that cost her life. She caught that flight. We can't change that now, running out of time. I see the clocks in sight. We miss you now, we'll miss the hounds. I'm sorry, and I hope you found your wishes now. Forget gravity laws, shut your eyes and fly. You're with God now, so this time you won't hit the ground.
This is our last round for this bout, you guys. Last round. All right, Calgary is sending up Andre Prefontaine.
Bring that shit! Friedrich Nietzsche is the father of modern comedy. You see, he was telling a joke in hopes of bringing everyone together when he said, God is dead. Because when you think about it, Dog is man's best friend, so God must be man's best imaginary friend. And if we can kill one off with Old Yeller compassion, then I'm pretty sure the only way to dethrone such a vengeful idea sitting on top of a cloud is by pointing at it and laughing, but no one got the joke, so no one laughed. Not until George Carlin hit the stage, because every punchline he devised about mankind, all he ever had to do was hold a mirror towards the audience, and they would point back and laugh in full agreeance. Richard Pryor expanded the idea. You see, he was made in God's image. A self-destructive, foul-mouthed train wreck with more ghosts in his head than puncture wounds from a crown of thorns. He once struck a match on stage after he nearly burned himself alive in a drug-fueled haze and called it Richard Pryor running down the street. Gilda Radner was a wonderful woman, but the spotlight was a bear trap and she was starving. Placed on Dexedrine diet pills at the age of 10, she embodied a lifelong identity crisis, once telling a reporter she had thrown up in every toilet in the Rockefeller Center, but famously laughed it off as she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer and said, if it isn't one thing, it's another. When Nietzsche died, God said Nietzsche's dead, and then they held hands and skipped away into the fading glow of the abyss. When Carlin kicked the bucket, he dropped the mirror. The audience kept laughing because the applause sign was still on, and they failed to realize that they were the trained dogs he was talking about. When Richard Pryor finally clenched his chest and fell to the floor for the final time, man's image had become so self-destructive their heroes wouldn't even save them anymore. In fact, they gunned him down in darkened theaters. Just ask Batman. Better yet, smell the gunpowder like sulfur from a match. When Radner's cancer came out of remission, she didn't even have time to say a prayer. She was afraid of falling asleep, so the doctor sedated her, and like a princess in a dress, she slipped into a coma. Gene Wilder was by her side. The love of his life died, and his recent movies were a failure. If it isn't one thing, it's another. Nietzsche theorized that the world is an object in which you can either laugh or cry at. Comedians tell the same joke, but they have no tears left. As individuals, they're insufferable, addicted, and so afraid of their own existence. Blistered burn victims, calloused turtle shells. But as soon as they hit the stage, they inspire hope in such a twisted way because they can make us laugh at the strangest and sadistic parts of our existence. So ladies, gentlemen, relax. Life's a joke. Death is the punchline. Laugh. Because it's something we all have in common.
Urban Legends, who are you sending up? That's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up Array of Words!
What up, what up, what up? I'm your host, King Kimbit here at kingandthebit.com. We in Saskatoon, you in Saskatoon, what it do? Alright. MCs, introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name's Apollo the Child.
And I'm Array of Words. This shit's gonna get wild.
Alright, y'all know the deal. 4 bars each. Heads or tails, call it.
No need for coin tosses. Let's let positivity choose.
Yeah, you said it, so let's do it. By all means, after you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, Apollo's up first.
See, I got your name on the heart. And on my jacket, it's stitching on. You're so awesome every time you smile, a little kitten's born. You're so witty in your rhymes that everyone is taking notes. Even Shakespeare in his grave is like, fuck, that art's so dope.
Oh, okay. Call me dope and shit. Okay, check this out. I heard the police came to a slam to arrest you. You said, did I do anything wrong in front of the whole crew? With hands in the air, drug enforcement said, no! But our dog sniffed you out because you're doper than dope.
Hold on, what the fuck are you guys doing? This is a rap battle. You're supposed to be dissing each other.
Where in the rules does it say that?
Yeah. Just we got it. Go ahead.
I don't believe it.
Alright.
Your rhymes are like tapestries, and every line I'm lost in. You're so smart, you make Sagan, apple pie, Stephen Hawking. Plus I heard you're so handsome that John Connery based his bond on you. Yes, Homer.
Oh, okay. Check. You know what? Your poetry makes my heart soar like eagles and talons. You're the wind beneath my wings. I'm inspired by your talent. Your rock shows and rock flows like dune buggies. You roll bars. Cause when it comes to spoken word artists, you're like a talking rock star.
Okay. After meeting you, words and dictionaries got divorced. Plus, are you Vader or Maul? Cause you spit the bars with force. And if you're ever feeling down on your worst stage of style, is that a solar flare? Nah, it's Ray of Words to smile.
Okay. Check it out. When you speak about depression, alarm bells start to go off. But they're not in my head, they're on the wall, so don't think you are soft. You are strong in what you write about. You can't call me a liar, cause red trucks are on the way, son. The alarm says you spit fire.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're like 150-11. If wisdom was a hunter, you'd be your trusted gifted weapon. It ain't fair dude with no one to compare to. I tried to be you, so I went and got your hairdo.
Oh, Good. You're my boy, you're my homie. We tight like strings on a cello. You know what? Let's fuck this whack shit, cause you had me at hello.
Alright. There's so much love here. You guys are like poets or something.
Yeah, it's all love.
Yes, all love. You know what? Let's just get off stage and hug this shit out.
Let's do it.
Alright.
Victoria, who are you setting up? Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up Jacob Arts.
You're gonna need a drink for this. Take a shot. Every time a slam poet says ribcage.
Ribcage.
Take a shot. Every time a slam poet says these days. Take a shot. Every time a slam poet says supernova. Take a shot every time a slam poet references Rumi. Take a shot for rhyming sets of 3 or 4. Take a shot or we'll get bored.
Take a shot.
This one's 4.
But more importantly, take a shot at me. Algorithmically, methodically, and repeatedly for my algorithmically, methodically, and repeatedly rhyming. And, well, it's fine to start a line because the rhyme shouldn't take time to come up with lines this complex instead of rhyming the last word of the last line with the first word of the next. But I digress.
Take a shot. Because I am putting too much emphasis on personal pronouns, and you are starting to see what I mean. We might all be repeating ourselves.
Take a shot. For the best part of any slam poem, the string tacking out noun verbs and tip-tonguing around sketch kennings in 2-word trochees and 1-word wait what's like an analogy gone wrong, a panoply of semi-stolen songs.
Take a shot.
Trying something different.
Take a shot.
Silence.
Take a shot at sound poetry.
Take a shot at the cliched. Take a shot at not making guns with your hands in team pieces.
Take a shot at a moving target. Take a shot at speaking out the unspeakable. Take a shot at flipping off the backhand of trauma and diving head first into a pool of joy.
Take a shot at excessive, barely related imagery. Take a shot at taking a shot.
Take a 1 for a 10.
Take a low for a high.
Take a heartfelt voice for a heartfelt voice.
And a climactic cry for a climactic cry.
Take a shot and hit, or take a shot and miss, or take a shot and just sit there. But whatever you do, don't do this. Don't talk to your audience in a voice like they need inspiring.
Because they've heard that before.
Talk to your audience like they need inspiring, because they haven't.
Where's my paycheck?
Hands go up!
One last poem in this bout, ladies and gentlemen. You guys ready? Are you really? Prove it. Scream like crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mississauga, who are you sending up? Ambrosia, ladies and gentlemen.
Does it have a heartbeat? Will I never meet your tiny body? Touch your tiny feet. Does it have a heartbeat? Do you have a heartbeat? Does your heart beat at the same pace as mine, or does it have a rhythm of its own? Do you know that your very existence threatens the life it belongs to? That I may be forced to allow a surgeon to sever our cosmic embrace? That I may never meet your tiny body or tickle your tiny feet? Gifts from God don't often come with a receipt, but I have been forced to return you anyway, because they suck the life out of me. They suck the life out of me. I waited for 3 hours in a waiting room, reading the expressions on expressionless faces of women who, like me, were forced to give up any freedom of expression to get the life sucked out of me. I laid flat on a table and stared at the ceiling while you sucked the life out of me. You with your sterility, your scrubs to scrub away the dirty deeds done in the darkest of my cavities. To be sure that every dream I conceived was wingless. When the dream was created by a man too busy tying my wrist to his bedpost to get tied down, and even his bed can support me physically in a way he never could. His hands are too busy holding my hips to be held accountable for a 10-minute mistake he never intended to make. And I can deal with hypocrisy. I can brave the things he thrust on me if it wasn't for the misogyny that as a woman it is me who should handle the responsibility, and your birthday would be the anniversary of the deal when he decided he owes nothing to me, and by then he'll be too busy flirting with the next girl to leave her dignity in the backseat of his SUV. But that's enough about me. Let's talk about you. I wish you were alive enough to forgive what I had to do, but answer me this. Did you have a heartbeat? Will I never meet your tiny body? Touch your feet. Did you have a heartbeat?
We have a couple of things that we got to work out to find the order of how the teams did this evening. I have a couple of announcements to make. I would like to thank you, audience, for being such incredible badasses committing badassery. You're awesome. Poets, you're amazing. Thank you for bringing excellence to this stage here in Saskatoon. Thank you to Lydia's Pub for making this feasible. Thank you to Charles Hamilton for really working his ass off, and John Johnstone the fifth, who I like to call JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, here are our results. For the slam, I'm going to announce not the scores, but just the placement. Urban Legends took 4th. Mississauga took 3rd. Calgary took 2nd. And me and Charles took 1st. No, Victoria took 1st.
Alright, so we will be back in about 15 minutes. Hopefully the next bout will start. Actually, holy shit, we're fucking ahead of time. In a half hour, exactly 9 o'clock, the next bout will start. If you do not know anyone in this bout, if you are not a traveling poet who is a member of a team, if you do not know anyone in the next bout, please, we need judges.